All right, good evening. This is the February 4th Cottage Grove City Council meeting, which I'm calling to order. Our first order of business this evening is the Pledge of Allegiance, so if you'd please rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, will the clerk please do the roll?
Councilmember Clausen.
Here.
Councilmember Olson.
Here.
Councilmember Thiede. Councilmember Garza.
Here.
Mayor Bailey.
Here. All right. We'll move right along then to open forum. This is the opportunity for people that want to speak on something that is not on tonight's agenda is welcome to do so at this time. We did have a sign-up sheet out in the entryway, and we do have 3 people that did sign up. So what I will do is I'll call them up one by one from top to bottom. And please limit your comments to 3 minutes, and then I'll check one more time just to make sure somebody didn't come into the council chambers and didn't get a chance to speak on open forum. John Lixette. And if you just state your address for the record, thank you.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. John Lixette, 613 Park Valley Drive West. That's in Hopkins, Minnesota. Good evening. Some of you might know me. My name is John Lixette. I'd like to start by saying I'm currently an employee of the city of Minnetonka, and what I am saying is I'm saying of my own accord, and I am not here as a representative of that community. I grew up in Cottage Grove. I lived and worked here for the better part of 20 years. I'm here to speak to you about the Hero Center's contract with ICE. I understand that the cities of Cottage Grove and Woodbury made an agreement with ICE to use their training facilities prior to the extreme surge that has caused a fair amount of damage to immigrant communities in Minnesota, Illinois, Washington, and more. 2 weeks ago, a group of West Metro police chiefs made clear what's happening with Operation Metro Surge. ICE agents are using unconstitutional tactics and racial profiling to target brown and black residents. Its agents are making unsafe choices. And as you no doubt know it by now, ICE is responsible for 2 of the 3 reported homicides in Minneapolis in 2026. ICE, as it's operating now, is a stain on law enforcement in our community. The agents are acting outside of their boundaries of the boundaries of the Constitution. So here's my ask. End the contract with the Hero Center that the Hero Center has with ICE. Admittedly, I don't know the full details of this contract, but I do know that most agreements like this can be ended as long as sufficient notice is given. Cancellation of the agreement can usually be given without specific violation of terms. This action wouldn't be taken without consequences, and I understand that there's a risk. But you, as a council, have the power to make this decision. Which is more important, eliminating a small revenue stream or sending a message to the federal government that the unconstitutional and despicable ways that they are dealing with immigration enforcement aren't acceptable in Cottage Grove, Minnesota, and our country? Thank you.
Thank you. And I should just mention for the public as you're coming up, we will provide you with written response, just so you know. That's why we asked for your address, so thank you. All right. Nick Thorson.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor. Good
Good
evening,
evening.
Council. My name is Nick Thorson. I live at 6668 Hinterland Trail South. Been a resident of Cottage Grove for 30-plus years. My question is actually to the mayor and the council. What steps, if any, has the city taken to engage with local immigrant communities, including advocacy groups, to understand their concerns and ensure that they are heard by city leadership? And with that, I yield my time.
Okay.
Thank you.
I can just share as you're going back that we are doing that, but we'll send you the information of what we're doing, and our public safety department is doing a phenomenal job of reaching out to our minority community here in Cottage Grove, along with myself. All right, how about Jacob Stonesuffer? Did I say it right? Close. You can correct me now when you get up here.
Perfect. Hello, thank you for having me here. My name is Jacob Stonecipher. I live at 7348 Iden Avenue here in Cottage Grove. I am arguably a less tenured resident than the person that just spoke. I moved here in 2017, and it was a very conscious choice between myself and my spouse to find a community that was safe, a community that was engaged, and a community that we thought we could live long-term. And we have so far found that here. So thank you to the City Council and Mayor Bailey for making that possible. I am here to speak also on the Hero Center, and I've been in communication a little bit with some of you to ask a few of the questions. And I'm here tonight just to make sure that some of those questions are put on public record to make sure that they are actually considered. So first, with the Hero Center, I know, and I've been talking with you folks about how the FOC is an independent board that makes the governing decisions on here. Due to the Joint Powers Agreement in 2018, that board was actually set up to uphold the best interests of a major asset of both cities that we have. It does create a lot of revenue in certain forms for us through all the different contracts. And I understand that by cutting one federal contract, we put the risk of others at the same time, and that would be a burden to the city. I've asked a few times in those that we are provided what specific number that would be. And I would love to know what the breakdown of those contracts are, to know what the risk truly would be by eliminating that. I do believe that the city and the residents here need to have that in front of them before they make any informed or big decisions like this. Knowing that it might not be possible for us to feasibly end a contract mid-time without putting a major burden onto the city's budget, there are other things that we need to be doing to make sure that our Hero Center, a major asset and revenue earner for our city, is protected. One, protection of reputation. We all know, and I hope you know, that reputation of law enforcement is tantamount to respect of law enforcement. The previous gentleman shared some of the horrific acts that are happening, and like it or not, those reflect on every bit of law enforcement here on out, as well as reflect on the training standards that we have here for our Hero Center. We are independent in a way that we allow certain agencies to not have trainers of our own fruition and do self-training. And I think the behavior that we've seen is unacceptable, and as a city, we should take thought into making sure that outside agencies who have poor training standards that do not match the reputation of the Hero Center should be taken into effect, and those costs should be passed along to that center. And lastly, to wrap it up real quick, we are at risk of things like vandalism. Police agencies have to be and respond to peaceful protesters and unpeaceful protesters, and there should be a rate for organizations that increase that risk to pay for that extra cost, because our city does have a small budget and we cannot afford to fully take that on. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, so that was everybody that did sign up on open forum. Was there anybody that happened to walk in that did not get a chance to sign up and you'd like to speak? Yeah, if you want to go up, you just state your name and address for the record, please.
So I prepared something to read. Sorry, I'm super nervous. It's been 20 years since I've read anything in front of anybody this size, so.
If you will, though, just state your name and address, though, for the
My
record.
name is Amber.
And don't be nervous, we're here to listen.
My name and what else?
Your address.
Oh, my
Yeah,
address?
because we're going to respond
and
to you.
address,
Name and
please.
address.
Oh, okay. My name is Amber, and I'm on Ironwood Avenue in Cottage Grove.
Okay.
I came here today because we have seen a huge rise in ICE agents in our community. And I feel like there's been a dismantling of the local authorities' ability to protect and serve their communities. Constitutional rights are being egregiously violated by ICE, and we have every right to be angry that our local governments aren't allowed to stop the federal agents who have not been properly vetted or trained from barreling through our streets and acting on impunity and abusing the authority they have as if they are above the law. We're seeing agents in rental cars with faces masked, and they're kidnapping people off the streets because they're getting away with it. This is not a hypothetical concern. It wasn't very long ago when we all witnessed firsthand the ultimate cost of anonymous policing when Speaker Melissa Hortman was murdered by a man impersonating a police officer. He was hiding in a mask with a fake badge and a car that was altered to look like an undercover police car, which I also want to take note that, and tell you guys that if you go onto Amazon, you can find that these police lights, the flashers that you see in these cars, can be purchased for $30 off of Amazon. So anybody really could get one and put them in their car. The assassination of Melissa Hortman and her husband by a gunman is exactly why the distinction between undercover work and public safety is a matter of life and death. Right now, you're allowing ICE and CPB to use those same tactics. They're hiding behind masks and blacked out windshields and covering their license plates. We've even seen them using the fake canned snow sprayed over their license plates. By letting ICE and CPB break the law, you're creating a safety gap that any radical with a gun or a rental car can walk right through. If a citizen can't see a face and can't see a plate, they have to assume it's a threat. When people cannot tell the difference between a federal agent and a radicalized gunman because both are masked or disguising themselves by driving unmarked rentals while obscuring their plates, the city has a moral and legal obligation to act. I did some research on the laws, and the state does have laws regarding windshield tinting. And the Minnesota Statute 169.71, Subdivision 4, states that a person must not drive or operate any motor vehicle in the state of Minnesota upon a street or highway under the following conditions: when the windshield is compromised or composed of, covered by, or treated with any material which has the effect of making the windshield more reflective or any other way reducing light transmission through the windshield. There is exceptions in this clause, and the only one that I can see them trying to use would be that they're government officials. And in that state law, it says that there's an exception for the rear and side windows of police cars, but not the front windshield. It doesn't include the front windshield, and most certainly doesn't give these people the right to completely black out their front windows, which we're seeing all over. As far as their license plates go, Subdivision 6 says that if a motor vehicle of any kind other than those provided in Subdivision 2 or 4, which accounts for semi-trailers or collectors' cars that were made in 1972 or earlier, one plate must be displayed on the front and one on the back of the vehicle. This makes it a crime to cover a license plate with any material whatsoever in the state of Minnesota. And Governor Walz and the DNS has already called this terrorizing our community and criminal activity. If a citizen did this, they'd be in handcuffs. So why are our local police standing by while federal agents do it to facilitate illegal abductions by of our residents?
All right, I know you're nervous. Do you have looks like you've got quite a bit there.
No, I have a couple of printouts. I'm actually almost to the end of what I had to say, and then I have the proposal that I printed out for you guys to have.
We do limit it to 3 minutes for.
Okay.
You want to just wrap up?
I came to ask that you make an executive order to ban ICE and CPB from our parks and our city parks and streets and parking lots, and that our police start holding or stopping these cars that have blacked out front windshields and are missing license plates and ticketing them like they would with us. Minneapolis just did this, and so we know that it is possible because the Minneapolis mayor, Minneapolis and St. Paul, among other communities that have joined their coalition, that they're inviting other cities to join as well, have already made it so that they're not allowed in the parks or in parking lot. They're not allowed to stage in parking lots or city-owned streets.
Okay. Did you say you have a sheet there that you wanted to provide us?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, if you want to do that, then we can, and I do appreciate you sharing your insights. Thank you. All right. Not seeing anybody else that's during open forum. I'm going to go ahead and close open forum at this point, and we'll move to number 5, which is adoption of the agenda.
Move the agenda.
I'll second.
All right, so we have a motion by Councilmember Olson, second by Councilmember Garza. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carries. Next is presentations. We have 2 this evening. One's a presentation, which is a swearing-in and badge pinning ceremony. Matter of fact, for people that can't see from home, if they're watching on TV, there is a lot of people here, and there's a lot of people here to celebrate the 3 new officers that are being officially sworn in this evening. So, Council, I'm going to have you meet me down in front, and then I'm going to turn it over, I believe, to Director, I don't even see him. Oh, there he is. I was going to say, where is Pete? Director of Public Safety, Pete Kerner. And Commissioner, if you want to come up with us, you're welcome to.
All right, well, we'll let everyone else. You bet. I'm really throwing you for a loop tonight, I'm sorry. All right. Well, Honorable Mayor, Council, thank you very much for having us here tonight. I'll give you just a quick rundown of, this didn't just happen overnight. We have 3 new officers that we're going to introduce you to tonight, but they've been with us for a year now. So with that, there was the hiring process, they did a psychological, a background, and then once they were hired by us, they went through an academy with our department for a couple of weeks, and then about a 12-week field training. Of course, they're all lateral, so they'd experience, so that helps speed up a few things. So they have been sworn in officially. This is more of the ceremonial, give them a chance to be in front of their family and friends and our officers as well. So this is a night that, I mean, we don't take this for granted. Cottage Grove, our officers, they're top notch. And we really appreciate all the community support that they have. They know it is an honor. They know what this badge symbolizes. We've never really talked about authority, or it's more about responsibility, integrity, ethics, and all of that. And that's what our badge does represent with it when we talk about our department's vision. So with that, I'm not going to babble on and on. This is their night. So we're going to start with Officer Dezicki, if she can come up. She's out in the... And I just want to read just a short bio, and I had each of them kind of put it together. And so if you want to come up next to the city administrator. So Rebecca is a Cottage Grove native and a Park High School graduate. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. So after school, she did go to college. She worked in healthcare for 13 years. She did decide then to go back to college and pursue a career in law enforcement. Prior to joining the Cottage Grove Police Department, she worked for the Washington County Sheriff's Office as a deputy, and she worked primarily in the Newport contract, which was good because I think she got heavily recruited every night at coffee break and everything. So thank you to all the officers that have been doing the recruitment for us. So Rebecca, in her spare time, she enjoys spending time with her family at the cabin and also riding motorcycles. She put this quote in there: "She is honored to serve the citizens of Cottage Grove and look forward to a career rooted in professionalism, accountability, and respect." So after her oath, her husband Dustin will be pinning on her badge. So take it away.
All right. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Rebecca Dezeki,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I support the Constitution of the United States
and of the state of Minnesota,
and of the state of Minnesota,
and faithfully discharge the duties
and faithfully discharge the duties
of the position of police officer
of the position of police officer
for the city of Cottage Grove
for the city of Cottage Grove
in the county of Washington
in the county of Washington,
and state of Minnesota
the state of Minnesota,
to the best of my judgment and ability.
to the best of my judgment and ability.
So help me God.
Well done.
All right, Timothy Gunderson. All right, I apologize. We had to go a little further north here. We didn't get a Park High kid, so, but, close. He grew up close. So we'll start. Tim grew up in Matamidi with his parents and 4 siblings. He graduated from Matamidi High School and pursued a career in law enforcement. He attended Alexandria Technical and Community College. After college, he began working at the Washington County Jail. Did that after 2.5 years. He transferred to patrol, and he was a Washington County deputy for about 1.5 years. And Tim's quote was, I was then lucky enough to join Cottage Grove PD in January of 2025. Not kissing up to you, we're lucky that, you're in the group too and we're able to hire you. So in Tim's spare time, he no longer uses chainsaws, but now he does, he likes to hunt, play hockey, and go to concerts. So after his oath, and we practiced this oath today, Tim, so we had a long talk. But after this, his father, Tim, will be pinning on his badge as well, so.
All right, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Timothy James Henderson,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
I will support the Constitution of the United States
and of the state of Minnesota,
and of the state of Minnesota,
and faithfully discharge the duties
and faithfully discharge the duties
of the position of police officer
of the position of police officer
for the city of Cottage Grove
for the city of Cottage Grove
in the county of Washington
in the county of Washington
and state of Minnesota,
and state of Minnesota,
to the best of my judgment and ability,
to the best of my judgment and ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Easy. Last but not least, Officer Sheik. I'm slipping another one, not from, but he lives in Cottage Grove, so. All right, Ryan grew up in White Bear Lake, where he graduated from high school in White Bear, later attended Minnesota State University, Mankato for business management. Ryan spent the next 12 years working in corporate America until 2016, when he transitioned in law enforcement. From 2016 to 2025, Ryan worked at White Bear Lake Police Department, where he got to proudly serve his hometown community for 9 years. During his time with White Bear PD, he was fortunate enough to work in a variety of roles, like detective, school Resource Officer, but is most thankful for the opportunity to give back and serve the community in which he grew up. In January of 2025, Officer Sheik and his family, smart man, decided to join the Cottage Police Department, where he now gets to serve the community in which he lives in. Officer Sheik and his wife Amber have been married for 20-plus years and have 3 children, Donovan, Sydney, and Weston. When Officer Sheik is not working, he enjoys giving back to our community and is largely known around town as Coach Sheik. Officer Sheik is thankful to be a part of the Cottage PD family and looks forward to supporting and continue to serve our community. So with that.
All right, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Ryan Sheik,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and of the state of Minnesota
and of the state of Minnesota
and faithfully discharge the duties
and faithfully discharge the duties
of the position of police officer
of the position of police officer
for the city of Cottage Grove
for the city of Cottage Grove
in the county of Washington
in the county of Washington
and state of Minnesota
and state of Minnesota
to the best of my judgment and ability.
to the best of my judgment and ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
And I forgot to mention, because Amber had to wrestle with the 3 kids, but his wife is gonna be pinning his badge, so. And it was a big discussion the last couple days, right? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Go through the gauntlet now, and if you guys want to. Really want that badge, Ryan?
All right, take your time. It's your day, guys. Right in the middle. Yeah. That's it. Sure. Yeah. No, never. Wait, anything I'll just.
You just have to stand by Councilmember Clausen, so I don't look so short.
Right over here, real quick. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. I'm sure others want to get theirs too.
All right.
That's one of the fun things we get to do.
It is, it
And
is.
seeing all the families here in support is pretty cool.
I just love how all of our public safety supports one another. Like,
Yes.
they show up
Yep.
every time, badge pinning, whatever it is, they are there together. So that is always so
I
nice to
agree,
see.
totally agree. All right, we'll move to B under presentations, which is the proclamation for February 2026 as Black History Month. And Councilmember Justin Olson is going to read this, and as soon as he's finished reading it, we'll make a motion and a second to accept.
Thank you, Mayor. As noted, this is a proclamation recognizing February 2026 as Black History Month in the city of Cottage Grove. The proclamation reads as follows. Whereas Black History Month is a time to reflect upon, honor, and celebrate the invaluable contributions of African Americans throughout history and the ongoing efforts to promote equity, justice, and freedom. And whereas in 1926, Dr. Carter G. Woodson, a Harvard scholar, established the observance of African American history to reveal the contributions, achievements, and involvement of African American people in the development of our American democracy. And whereas African Americans have played a vital role in shaping the culture, economic, and social fabric of the United States, enriching our communities with their resilience, strength, and achievements in every field. And whereas Minnesota is home to many prominent Black trailblazers, including Dr. Robert S. Brown, the first Black doctor from Minnesota, Lena Smith, Minnesota's first Black woman lawyer, Neva Walker, the first Black woman elected to the Minnesota legislature, and whereas the city of Cottage Grove remains committed to acknowledging the generations of African Americans who struggled against adversity, injustice, and discrimination in order to achieve equal rights in American society. And whereas Black History Month calls our attention to the continued need to battle racism and build a society that lives up to its democratic ideals, we must reflect on our collective past, reveal its impact on present conditions, and implement equitable solutions for a more just future. And whereas the city of Cottage Grove is proud to honor the history and contributions of African Americans in our community throughout the state and nation, now therefore the mayor and city council of the city of Cottage Grove, County of Washington, state of Minnesota, hereby proclaim February 2026 as Black History Month, passed this, the 4th day of February 2026, and signed by Mayor Myron Bailey.
So Councilmember Rose, would you like to make the motion?
I would love to make the motion that the City Council of the City of Cottage Grove proclaim February 2026 Black History Month.
All right, so you have a
I will
motion?
second.
And we have a second by Councilmember Garza. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you for reading that.
Thank
for
you.
seconding it. All right, we're moving on. The next item on our agenda is consent. Is there any items that council would like to pull from consent for further discussion?
And just G briefly, Mayor?
G for Councilmember Clausen,
May I pull D?
and you're going to pull D, which is fourth quarter donations. Okay. Anybody else? All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll start with Councilmember Clausen, if you're okay with that. And basically, it's authorizing the order of replacement ambulance.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. Council members, EMS is where I grew up and cut my teeth, so I've been dealing with ambulances in this for 40-plus years, and this is usually a very simple thing. We're going to authorize the purchase of an ambulance tonight, and I just wanted to briefly say why we're doing this. It's going to be delivered in 2027, if not later. The state of the industry is that ambulances take about 3 years to build because there's very few manufacturers now, and if we didn't pre-order this now, we wouldn't be able to get it until 2029. The ambulance vendor that we used was nice enough to hold a build slot for us, so it allows us to order it tonight and maybe get it next year. If we didn't, again, it would take years to get this ambulance. And the ambulance it's replacing is, the patient compartment is 22 years old, which I worked out of back in the day. So it's well past its useful life. The ambulance is well past its useful life. Not me, that didn't land right. But anyway, anyway, I just wanted to mention that support purchasing this item tonight, or at least
Absolutely.
the
I'm gonna-
order. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to piggyback real quick, just for the public to be aware, the price for this ambulance is just under $300,000. And that does not include the items that go inside it, which I believe at least another 150, 200,000 if you put everything in it. So you're talking about a $500,000 ambulance. So it is a pretty hefty investment, and that is the reason we're doing this now, so we can get in queue. All right, thank you. And then Councilmember Garza, you wanted to recognize some fourth quarter donations.
Yes, I would like to recognize where we received our fourth quarter donations in 2025. They were all related to our hometown holiday celebration, but we're just excited that we were able to bring in over about $5,100. So the donations came from Stantec and the amount of $2,400. We also received $500 from Lavender, Gillian, and Miller. I hope I'm saying these correct. Bolton and Mink donated $2,000, and Sajit Behavioral Health donated $200. So the total amount donated in the fourth quarter was $5,100. So we thank you to those businesses that donated it to our city. Thank you.
Fantastic, thank you. All right, so seeing no other items being pulled off of consent for discussion or separate vote, I'll look for a motion to approve consent.
I'll move to approve the consent agenda.
All right, so I have a motion by Councilmember Clausen. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Olson. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. So if you happen to be here for anything that's on tonight's consent agenda, they've all been approved. Now we're moving to 8, which is approved disbursement. 8A is to pay the bills.
I'll move the bills. Oh, go ahead.
I'll move to pay the bills.
All right, so we have a motion by Councilmember Garza,
Second.
second by Councilmember Olson. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Now we're going to move to 9, which is public hearings. We do have one public hearing this evening, and it's Cedarhurst Historic District nomination to City Register of Historic Sites and Landmarks. And Max Erickson, our planner, is here to walk us through this, so welcome, Max.
Thank you, Mayor and members of council. Good evening. Property owner Bella Gala has applied for the designation of the Cedarhurst Mansion property at 6940 Keats Avenue South and the Gardener's Cottage property at 9912 70th Street to the city's Register of Historic Sites and Landmarks. The applicant, Bella Gala, has obtained historical conditional use permit for both properties in order to operate a wedding and event center. Under city code, historic conditional use permits are granted to properties that have a designated site or landmark on the city's historic or Register of Historic Sites and Landmarks, both the local or the national register. The mansion has been listed on the National Register since 1978, and staff have not come across any record that the mansion was ever officially inducted into the local register. The procedure for adding nominations to the local register must follow City Code Title II, Chapter 2 requirements. Nominations must demonstrate required supporting characteristics in order to be considered historic. In the year 2000, the ACHP assigned findings of significance for the Cedarhurst property. The findings of significance were granted under the same characteristic requirements as our modern code. Not much has changed. A study conducted in 2022 by New History outlines further findings and more details of the historic significance for both properties, as well as outbuildings and other features on the site. Additionally, it provides guidelines for preserving certain features of the site. The primary significance of the Cedarhurst site is its historical association with Cordeno Severance, as well as the architectural style consistent with the early 20th century. Cedarhurst has been a benefit to the community by attracting business and services to the Cottage Grove, as it is utilized as a wedding event center in the past. The combination of these findings satisfies characteristic requirements for city code. On October 14, 2025, the ACHP reviewed this application and unanimously recommended approval to council to add both properties to the historic register as the Cedarhurst Historic District. An additional requirement does require council to hold a public hearing for all nominations to the local register. And with that, I leave a recommendation before you.
All right, before we move to you to check with the applicant who happens to be here too, and hold a public hearing, any questions by anyone on the council? For Max? Okay. Did you want to say anything, or?
Maybe.
Yeah, head on up there.
Yeah.
Oh, a quickie, I guess.
There you go.
Mr. Mayor, council members, thank you. JJ Malitsky, our address is Cedarhurst, you know where to find me. My only thing is, we're announcing this thing to the world next week, so if anybody wouldn't mind just like not posting on social media for 7 days, we'd appreciate it. We just got a lot of publicity, and we're doing a few news articles and some pretty hefty marketing push starting next week. We're taking a different approach than we did the other time. So that's my only ask. Obviously, if we can get this thing approved, and we can start swinging hammers here in a couple of weeks.
We're
So
happy to hear that.
sweet.
Thank you.
Any questions for me at all?
No, just glad to have you in town.
It's been a heck of a journey.
It has been.
Absolutely.
Glad
Yeah.
we're finally there.
Thank you.
All right. All right, seeing no other comments, I'm going to go ahead and open the public hearing. Is there anybody that wants to speak on this item? Anybody at all? All right, then I'm going to go ahead and close the public hearing. And if you notice, council, we have, well, actually, is it two?
Nope,
No,
just
it's
one
just the
resolution.
second one, right?
And Mayor, I'll move that we adopt Resolution 2026-026 to place the Cordino Severance House, known as Cedarhurst Mansion, and significant outbuildings located at 6940 Keats Avenue South, and the Gardener's Cottage, located at 9912 70th Street South, on the City Register of Historic Sites and Landmarks to be known as the Cedarhurst Historic District.
Fantastic. So we have a motion by Councilmember Olson. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilmember Garza. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Looking forward to the
Well done.
official announcement next
Yep.
week. Now, everybody in the room here and watching
Mum's
on
the
TV,
word.
Mum's the word.
Yep. Mhm. Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
All right, on our agenda, 10 is bid awards. We have none this evening. 11 is regular agenda. We have nothing this evening. We're working now down to council comments requests. And we'll start down here with Councilmember Clausen.
I have nothing to add tonight, Mayor. Thank you.
Oh, wow, okay. Perfect. How about Councilmember Olson?
Thank you, Mayor. First of all, I want to take a moment to recognize my colleague, City Council Member Monique Garza, as it is her birthday today. I'm pretty sure it's 29, somewhere in that range, right?
29, it's
I
like
am the
18.
young age of 49.
Well,
I know you can't believe it,
congratulations.
you can't believe it, but
Nope.
thank you.
You
Thank
don't
I
look a
appreciate
day
that.
over 29 in my eyes, but congratulations and happy birthday.
Thank you.
I also wanted to thank the folks who came to speak at open forum this evening for their respectful and inquisitive tone. There's nothing better than when people come prepared with really good questions. And I think the folks that spoke this evening had some really nice questions. So you guys will all get written response, but if you want to hang around until the meeting's done, which will be shortly as soon as I shut up, we can talk more. But thank you for being here. And then last but not least, tonight we had one of our favorite events. I know we all love when we get to do the swearing in for different folks who have joined our city in a different capacity here or there. As Councilmember Garza mentioned earlier, the public safety team always seems to turn out in big numbers. One of the things that I'm most proud of, and you heard our public safety director, Pete Kerner, mention it, is we have several members of our public safety team who are local. They have that Park High diploma, or the PhD as we like to call it, and it's always fun to celebrate that a little bit. And one of the ways that we do that is we grow from within. We have young people who are interested in public safety who get involved in whether it's an Explorer program or they become a volunteer police reserve, whatever. And then they go to school, and oftentimes they'll become a community service officer. And then, of course, when there's an opportunity to become a regular police officer, a firefighter in town, they'll jump at that chance. There's a lot of good stuff that comes from that. And one of the ways we foster that is each year we make an effort to award at least 2 individuals with what's called the Craig Woolery Scholarship that is managed through the Public Safety Board. This scholarship for first responders covers police officers, firefighters, and EMS personnel. And our annual donation, my family and I, for this scholarship will be coming forward here in about a month. I believe Director Kerner's been behind the scenes setting things up. We always like it when former Director Woolery can be here for that. So looking forward to that, but I just wanted to put it out there that that donation will be coming forward in a month or so. And if anybody is interested in joining us in donating towards young people whose education and books and all of those things continues to go up and up and up in cost, but they want to pursue a career in public safety, being a first responder, hopefully in our community, this is a great way to do that. And you can make those donations directly to the Cottage Grove Public Safety Board, or you can certainly reach out to any of us here on the city council or city staff for directions on how to make that work. But it's a great opportunity to support young people who want to give back to their communities. And with that, Mayor, I'll turn it back to you.
Fantastic, thank you. I'll move to Councilmember Garza, the birthday girl.
Nothing, thank you, thank you.
Nothing.
Trying to get home. No,
Yeah, she probably does. Is there a cake waiting for you at home?
I don't know. Hopefully my family is watching and listening. If there isn't, they'll run to Hy-Vee and
Right.
get some.
You still got time.
All right, so we'll give you a
have
little time.
time.
I'll say just a couple things real quick then to give them time to run quickly to Hy-Vee.
Appreciate it.
Yes, please get to Hy-Vee quick. And for that, Hy-Vee is closer. No, yeah, Hy-Vee is closer.
Hy-Vee's
your house.
closer to your
Yeah,
house,
there you
yep.
go. All right, so a couple things. First of all, we didn't mention it earlier. Obviously, the city of Cottage Grove every year highlights Black History Month with the proclamation, along with Hispanic Heritage Month and so on, as we go through Asian American. I could keep going.
Yep.
Because we understand the importance of culture. Matter of fact, I don't know if you noticed in our public safety department, there's a lot of different I'll say nationalities or ethnicities that are behind us or meaning that they were behind us here. And so we love to make sure that what happens within our community, our public safety department mirrors it. But I also want to just acknowledge that Monique is our first ever African-American council member for the city of Cottage Grove, so very proud of her and the work that she's been doing. Just got reelected not that long ago.
Yep.
Because she
And I'm
gets to
running
do all,
again.
and you're ready to do it again. So I just want to say thank you for being part of our community. Thank you for your support on the council, and we wish you great luck in the rest of the year.
Thank
So I
you.
wanted to share that.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. The other thing I want to mention, believe it or not, it's so weird the way Easter is sometimes, because normally so far out from Ash Wednesday, you have the fish fries, right, happening. And believe it or not, it's coming. And so I just want to acknowledge that the Friday fish fries are going to be back at River Oaks Golf Course. And that actually is starting February 20th. And it'll be service will run at the River Oaks from 4:30 to 8 p.m. You do need to get reservations, so please just go online to River Oaks Golf Course and Event Center, and you can book your time. If there's not a specific time available in that, they'll give you other options that are within there. I will tell you, it fills up very quickly.
You can also call if you're still a person who uses a
Yeah, that's
Uber.
true, which I am. And so if you are interested in that, you're welcome to do that. I do know there'll be other fish fries around town, but I want to just really give a plug to River Oaks because they do a phenomenal job every year. And then lastly, on Valentine's Day, they're having a Valentine's Night Skate event, which is going to be held in the West Rink in the Cottage Grove Ice Arena. From 8 to 9:15, and what's nice about the West Rink is they have all the fancy lights and the disco ball stuff, and last time they did, I think they did Mighty Ducks over like New Year's or that, and they completely sold out. So if you are interested, admission is $7 per skater. You can pay it at the door. But I would get there soon, because what we heard last time, though we don't want to turn anybody away, but we had an overflow, which just goes to prove our Parks and Rec department does an amazing job, because everybody loves the programs that they're running. So I just wanted to acknowledge that. All right. So with that, I am going to, there is no workshops that are open to the public, nor are there any that are closed to the public. So I'm going to look for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
All right, we have a motion by Councilmember Garza. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilmember Clausen. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? We are adjourned.